This year is not just another year, it is your year. Everything you've prayed for, hoped for, and dreamed about is set up to work in your favor. But here's the secret: your results will match how you move. Today, I'm going to show you how to step boldly, live purposefully, and embrace faith so that every opportunity, every breakthrough, and every blessing finds you. If you move like everything is going to work out, because it will, you will unlock doors you never imagined and step into the life you were created to live. When you step into this year, I want you to understand the power of expectation. Expectation is not wishful thinking. It is a mindset that transforms your approach to life. Too many people move cautiously, tiptoeing through opportunities, waiting to see if things will work out. They hesitate because they fear failure, rejection, or disappointment. But I am telling you, hesitation is the enemy of progress. To move with expectation means to act boldly, to step forward even when the outcome is not fully visible. It is a posture of faith, a declaration that what you desire is already on its way to you. Expectation changes your energy. It changes the way people respond to you. It changes the way doors open. When you walk into a room expecting favor, people will treat you differently. When you enter a negotiation expecting success, your confidence will command respect. This is not arrogance. It is understanding that life responds to your belief in yourself. You see, the universe is constantly responding to your inner state. If you live in doubt, doubt will multiply. If you move with fear, fear will attract resistance. But when you move with expectation, you align yourself with possibilities, with favor, with the unseen forces that are waiting to work on your behalf. Moving with expectation also means refusing to be defined by past failures. Yesterday's mistakes are not your destiny. They are lessons meant to refine your strategy, to sharpen your resolve, and to prepare you for the victories ahead. Expectation allows you to see beyond the temporary challenges and focus on the ultimate outcome. Every step you take with confidence, every decision you make with certainty, and every action you execute with anticipation sends a signal to the world that you are not guessing, you are not hoping, you are moving as one who knows that success is inevitable. Your movement becomes magnetic. Opportunities begin to find you. Support comes from unexpected places. People start believing in your vision because you believe in it first. Expectation is contagious. It attracts alignment, momentum, and progress. It is a force that propels you forward, even when circumstances seem uncertain. The moment you step into the year with unwavering expectation, you position yourself for breakthroughs that will exceed your imagination. You begin to see that life is not about luck. It is about your readiness to receive what has already been promised to you. Faith is not passive. Faith is active. Faith is not simply believing things will happen. It is acting as though they are already happening. Too often people think that faith is about praying and waiting. But true faith is demonstrated through decisive action. Faith is the engine that moves you toward your purpose, even when the path is unclear. When you have faith, you do not sit idle, waiting for the perfect moment. You create the moment by stepping forward boldly. Faith bridges the gap between your dreams and reality. It allows you to take risks that others avoid, to seize opportunities that others overlook, and to persist when others give up. When you act in faith, the impossible becomes possible because you are aligned with the principles of divine success. Faith is not blind optimism. It is informed confidence, rooted in your knowledge of your potential, your purpose, and the opportunities before you. The person who acts in faith understands that setbacks are temporary, that obstacles are only tests, and that every action taken in faith brings them closer to the fulfillment of their goals. Faith drives action because it provides clarity of vision and certainty of outcome. When you have faith in your mission, you are willing to make sacrifices, to endure challenges, and to push forward when others falter. You begin to see doors that are invisible to the fearful. You begin to recognize resources that are hidden to the doubtful. Faith transforms ordinary effort into extraordinary results. It motivates you to invest your time, your energy, and your resources in pursuits that align with your destiny. The person who moves by faith does not wait for approval from the world. They move with confidence because they know they are backed by a higher purpose. Action without faith is futile. It is like rowing a boat without direction. Faith without action is idle. It is like having a key and never unlocking the door. But when faith and action are combined, unstoppable momentum is created. Every step taken in faith becomes a testimony of divine alignment. The world may resist, circumstances may challenge, and critics may doubt. But the one who acts in faith will witness doors opening, mountains moving, and favor multiplying. Because action fueled by faith always produces results. Life is full of pressure. It comes from expectations, deadlines, responsibilities, and challenges that seem bigger than we are. Many people allow pressure to dictate their decisions, to shape their attitudes, and even to determine their destiny. But there is a principle that changes everything. Purpose over pressure. When you understand your purpose, pressure loses its power. Pressure can push, it can test, it can demand, but it cannot define you unless you allow it to. Your purpose is the foundation on which every decision should be built. It is the lens through which you view every circumstance. When pressure comes, instead of panicking, you ask yourself, does this move me closer to my purpose or away from it? Purpose gives you clarity, focus, and direction. It tells you which battles to fight, which opportunities to pursue, and which distractions to ignore. When you live with purpose, pressure becomes fuel, not a burden. Pressure motivates you to rise higher, to dig deeper, and to push further. It forces you to grow in ways that comfort never could. Many people fail because they react to pressure without consulting purpose. They make choices that satisfy the moment but compromise their destiny. But the person who prioritizes purpose over pressure knows that every challenge is temporary, every difficulty is a teacher, and every demand is a test of their resilience. Purpose gives you perspective. It reminds you that the storm is not permanent, that the struggle is shaping you for greater things, and that your destiny is bigger than any current difficulty. When you operate in purpose, you act with confidence even when everyone else doubts. You move with certainty even when circumstances are uncertain. You refuse to be defined by what is pressing on you and instead allow yourself to be guided by what you are called to achieve. Pressure may be unavoidable, but being overwhelmed by it is a choice. Choosing purpose over pressure allows you to maintain composure, make wise decisions, and move forward with the assurance that you are aligned with the reason you were created. Obstacles are a part of life. They are inevitable, unavoidable, and often unexpected. But how you perceive them determines their impact on your life. Most people see obstacles as barriers, as reasons to quit, or as signs that they should give up. But the person who understands the laws of success knows that obstacles are not the enemy. They are opportunities. Each obstacle carries a hidden lesson, a secret advantage, or a pathway to growth. When you encounter resistance, you are being trained for higher levels of achievement. When you face a challenge, you are being prepared for greater responsibilities. Obstacles test your character, your faith, and your persistence. They force you to think creatively, to adapt, and to develop skills you never thought you needed. The world celebrates the results, but forgets the process. Every breakthrough, every promotion, every success story has obstacles behind it. Obstacles refine you, shape you, and equip you for what lies ahead. If you can see them through the lens of opportunity, you will never be defeated by circumstance. Every obstacle is a chance to strengthen your mind, to stretch your faith, and to demonstrate your determination. The key is not to eliminate obstacles. They will always exist, but to change your response to them. Do not shrink in fear. Do not complain, and do not surrender. Instead, analyze, strategize, and act. Ask yourself, what is this obstacle trying to teach me? How can this difficulty make me stronger, wiser, and more prepared for success? Opportunities often hide behind the very problems that seem insurmountable. When you embrace this mindset, fear disappears. Discouragement loses its power. Every challenge becomes a stepping stone rather than a stumbling block. Life begins to reward those who persist, innovate, and remain resilient in the face of adversity. Obstacles force you to rise above mediocrity, to rely on wisdom and faith, and to discover strengths you never knew you had. They reveal the depth of your character, the clarity of your vision, and the intensity of your commitment to your purpose. The world measures success by outcomes, but the one who understands that obstacles are opportunities measures success by growth, learning, and the ability to turn every difficulty into a stepping stone for achievement. Opportunities are everywhere, but they rarely reward the unprepared. Many people wait for luck to strike, for the perfect timing, or for circumstances to align, and they miss their moment. The truth is that opportunity always favors the prepared mind and the disciplined heart. Preparation is not just about planning, it is about developing yourself in every area, mentally, emotionally, spiritually, and physically, so that when the moment comes, you are ready to step into it without hesitation. Life will present doors, but only those who have done the work will recognize the door as a door and walk through it confidently. Preparation requires discipline. It demands that you invest time in learning, practicing, and refining your skills. It means waking up early when others are sleeping, studying when others are distracted, and persevering when others give up. Preparation is also about vision. It is the ability to see what others cannot see, to anticipate needs, and to create solutions before the problem becomes urgent. Without preparation, opportunity can pass unnoticed, dismissed as coincidence or chance. But the prepared person sees it as destiny unfolding. The law is simple. When preparation meets opportunity, success is inevitable. Preparation gives you confidence to act decisively, clarity to navigate challenges, and resilience to overcome setbacks. You do not stumble when opportunity arrives because you have already equipped yourself for the moment. Life does not reward those who are idle. It rewards those who have invested in their growth, who have honed their talents, and who have cultivated discipline in anticipation of the breakthrough. Preparation transforms potential into results, dreams into realities, and visions into achievements. Every step you take to prepare yourself multiplies the impact of the opportunities that come your way. Opportunities often arrive disguised as challenges, responsibilities, or even failures. If you have prepared, you will recognize them, leverage them, and turn them into stepping stones for advancement. Preparation is the bridge between today's efforts and tomorrow's success. It is the secret that separates the ordinary from the extraordinary, the reactive from the proactive, the hesitant from the confident. To move this year with purpose, you must embrace preparation as a daily discipline, not as an occasional task. Boldness is a magnet for success. Boldness signals faith, confidence, and determination to the world. It is not reckless, it is decisive, intentional, and fueled by vision. When you move boldly, you announce to the universe that you are ready to receive, ready to claim, and ready to conquer. Boldness compels action where hesitation would stall progress. Boldness attracts allies, opens doors, and creates opportunities where none seem possible. Fear, doubt, and indecision are the enemies of boldness, and they are the enemies of achievement. The world rewards those who act with courage, even when the outcome is uncertain, because movement itself creates momentum. Bold action disrupts stagnation and forces circumstances to align with purpose. Every great achievement in history was initiated by someone bold enough to move before the outcome was guaranteed. Boldness challenges limitations, defies opposition, and refuses to accept mediocrity. Boldness inspires others, elevates teams, and draws support from unexpected places. It is the quality that transforms ordinary effort into extraordinary results. Boldness does not wait for permission, validation, or perfect conditions. It acts decisively, confidently, and consistently. Victory follows those who understand that movement is essential and hesitation is costly. The person who moves boldly takes ownership of their destiny and refuses to be a victim of circumstance. Boldness is amplified by preparation, aligned with purpose, and sustained by faith. Together, these qualities create unstoppable momentum that no obstacle can halt. When you commit to bold action, you begin to see the invisible forces working on your behalf. Doors open, opportunities multiply, and resources appear when you step forward with courage. Boldness requires resilience because it will be tested, but the one who perseveres will see results that exceed expectation. Boldness turns dreams into realities, intentions into accomplishments, and hope into tangible success. It signals readiness to the universe, faith to the spirit, and confidence to the mind. When you act boldly in alignment with your purpose, fueled by preparation and sustained by faith, victory is not a question, it is inevitable. As we wrap this up, remember these truths. Move with expectation. Walk like victory is inevitable. Let faith drive every action you take, because believing without acting accomplishes nothing. Prioritize purpose over pressure, so challenges fuel your growth instead of defeating you. See every obstacle as an opportunity, a hidden blessing waiting to teach, strengthen, and elevate you. Prepare relentlessly, because readiness turns chance into breakthrough. And move boldly without hesitation, knowing that courage opens doors, attracts favor, and makes victory inevitable. Every step you take this year, let it be purposeful. Let it be confident. Let it be unstoppable. This is the year you stop waiting for life to happen and start making life happen.